Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Layla, and for today's video, I'm going to be talking all about the US Bank Shopper Cash Rewards Card. So I like to create a review video for just about every credit card that I have after I've had it for about a year. Now I am somebody who opens credit cards for bonuses, and I have a number of credit cards that I use for different purposes. I absolutely try my best to optimize my cash back and the rewards that I receive. Now with this US Bank card, I opened this about a year ago. It was in March 2024. I simply opened this card because of the bonus offer, because of the cash back, which we're going to talk all about this. I'm going to talk through the pros, the cons, and ultimately why I ended up closing this account. So yes, as I said, I opened this in March 2024, and I didn't open it for any specific reason aside from that's just what I do. Every few months or so, I open a new credit card so I can get a bonus, so I can optimize some cash back, and that was the same with this one. When I opened the card, and at the time of me filming this, you can receive a $250 bonus after spending $2,000 in 120 days or 6 months. To me, that spend requirement is very easy to achieve. $2,000 in 6 months, that's just, a few trips and you should be good to go. So that is a big decision in why I ended up opening this one, just because I was very confident that I could spend $2,000 in 6 months and I would get $250. This card also offers some awesome cash back rewards. So you can get 6% cash back on up to $1,500 of eligible purchases in a quarter at 2 retailers of your choice. And the retailers that are included in this 6% cashback offer are stores that many of us shop at on a regular basis. So I know for myself, every single quarter, I always chose Amazon and Walmart. Amazon, easy. That's where I do a lot of, like, if I'm buying something for the house or if I'm buying dog toy, like random things, I am typically purchasing from Amazon. Books even, those types of things. And then for the second retailer, I did end up choosing Walmart just because of all the other retailers. I would more likely shop at Walmart versus those. However, I don't do much shopping there, but between the 2 retailers that you choose, $1,500 in the quarter, 6% cash back. Now on their website, it does say that the retailer list is subject to change, but at the time of me filming this, there are a number of other options that you can choose from. So again, you can choose 2 per quarter. You can't change that within the quarter. Once you choose your 2, you can't change that until the next quarter. But Ace Hardware, Apple, Amazon.com, Anthropologie, Bed Bath & Beyond, Best Buy, Chewy.com, Crate & Barrel, Disney, Home Depot, IKEA, Kohl's, Lowe's, Lululemon, Macy's, Menards, I don't even know what that is, Nordstrom, Pottery Barn, QVC, Restoration Hardware, Target, Walmart, Wayfair.com, and Williams-Sonoma. So yes, clearly there are many options, and of course you would want to pick the top 2 that you shop at most frequently. You also get to choose a 3% cashback category, and the same rules apply here, so up to $1,500 in the quarter at one of these options. So that can be wholesale clubs, gas and EV charging stations, or bills and utilities. So for this option, I always chose gas. And for the year that I had this card open, this was my go-to when I was making gas purchases, aside from the quarters where I was able to earn 5% cash back on gas with my other cards. So that would be like Discover It, Chase Freedom Flex. I use those depending on the bonus categories. I also would combine that 3% cash back with the Upside app. That's how you can get even more cash back on gas. I will have my referral code in the description box if you're interested in that. But yeah, that is completely separate from this card. Upside app plus this gets you even more money. So before each quarter would begin, you would have to choose the 2 retailers where you want to get 6% cash back, and then the one option for the 3% cash back. All other purchases, you get 1.5% cash back, but I really wouldn't use this card for other purchases. Now, the other big thing with this card is there is a $0 intro annual fee. So the first full year that you have it, you will not pay the annual fee, but after that, it is $95 per year, and we will talk about that more in just a moment. Now let me talk about the pros of this US Bank card. These first things really don't matter, but it is just a nice card. It's one of those metal ones that are like heavier, and it's thick, it's metal, it's a nice card. It feels nice in your hand, feels nice when you're using it. The other thing is that this US Bank part, it lights up when you tap it, and it really does light up. I did that when I would go and pay for gas. If I was able to tap it, it would light up, which I thought was so cool. I don't know how they even make that happen, but yeah, just overall, it's a nice looking card. It feels nice, and nice little touch with the light up feature. Obviously, the cash back with this card is pretty solid, including the bonus that you receive. You can earn that pretty quickly, just depending how quickly you can spend the $2,000. And then you get the 6% cash back. It depends on how much you are shopping at those two retailers, and then the 3% cash back on that other option. I will share how much I earned in total in just a bit, but want to go through all the pros first. There are other options to earn cash back as well. You can get 5.5% cash back on hotel and car reservations booked directly through their rewards travel center. That's not something that I took advantage of, but it's an option if you are interested in that. They also have cash back deals available, so I will put those up on the screen, and you can see what's available at the time of me filming this. Also something that I did not take advantage of, but there are some websites on there that I'm sure you may shop at, and you could get an even larger amount in cash back. I already touched on this, but the bonus is super easy to earn. $2,000 in 6 months. If you're just doing your general shopping, then you should be able to achieve that, no problem. No annual fee for the first year is also amazing. It allows you to really take advantage of that bonus and the cash back. Something else that I liked had to do with the account itself, either on the app or if you're using your laptop on your desktop, whatever. You can link your main bank account to US Bank, and then in real time, it will show you the balance of that account. So I had my Bank of America checking account tied to this, which would also pull in my Bank of America credit card. So I could see the balance on my credit card just by logging into this, but also the balance in my checking account, and it would update in real time. So it would be like, just updated 5 minutes ago, and it was always accurate. And that was just nice to see, so that if I was making a payment with US Bank, I could just confirm how much is in my checking account without actually having to log into that checking account. So for me, those were the main pros with this card. And in total, the first year of having this, just practically 11 months of having this card, if I include the bonus, I made $492.23. I think that's really good. I did not have to pay the annual fee since it's waived for the first year. I never pay interest on my credit card, so wasn't losing any money that way. And yeah, I feel like just for the shopping that I do, I'm not somebody who is a huge spender, even in those, with Amazon or Walmart. I'm just not somebody who would even hit that 1,500 thresholds. But when I was purchasing at those retailers and, getting gas, I was using this card, and I feel like it really paid off. So that's a pretty solid amount to earn in just 1 year. Now let's talk about the cons of this card. First up for me would be the website, the app, the website. Like I said before, yes, you can see your bank account information and external bank account information, but otherwise I feel like it's kind of outdated and ugly. Like I think it's something that they could work on. It's still an account that you could easily figure out. There's a lot of banks that still kind of are outdated when it comes to these things, but it is something I just think could be improved. User interface, user experience, that type of thing. Another con is when it comes to redeeming your cash back, there is a $25 minimum redemption, which I cannot stand when credit cards do this. So if you have cash back on your account and it's like a $15, $16 balance, you can't redeem that until you hit 25. So depending on your use of this card and the retailers that you shop at, you could hit that $25 threshold month over month. But the way that I use this card, I did not hit that every month. So I can go back and see like when I was redeeming, and it was basically every 2 to 3 months, just depending on how much I was spending at these retailers. I find that really annoying just because, yeah, if I have $24 in there, that is money that it's technically my money, and I'm not able to take it out and put it to good use, And I don't think that's right. I think that's super outdated, and it's 2025. We should be able to redeem cash back even if it's just $1 or $2. So that is something that I did not like. Hopefully they change it in the near future. I had a card in the past that did used to do that, and then they eventually updated it to where you can just redeem at any amount. So maybe they're going to do that. But ultimately it wasn't a huge deal just because it's not like I'm relying on that money. Obviously it's not hundreds, thousands of dollars, but it's just money that I would prefer to have and put to good use. And then another con also has to do with the rewards redemption process, and that is that you can't have the cash back go to an external bank. So typically, if I'm redeeming cash back, I can have it go straight to my main checking account with a different bank, Bank of America, but this card did not allow that. You can redeem it for a statement credit, so it's technically the same thing. You know, instead of using my Bank of America checking account to pay for whatever my balance is, I can at least use the rewards, and it's practically the same thing. But I'm just somebody who does prefer to have it go to my main checking account. You could redeem the rewards to a US bank checking account, but that's not something I had. So that is an option if you already have that, but I find that as another thing that's just like annoying and quite inconvenient. But at least we can do the statement credit. It ends up technically being the same thing. But if you want that cash back deposited into a different checking account, you are just out of luck with that one. Overall, I do think this is a good card, even if we take into account the annual fee. But for me, it would not be worth it to keep it, which is why I ended up closing it. And I closed it before that $95 annual fee would hit my account. And the process was very easy, by the way. I actually did it through the phone, and it was just a robotic system. And then I realized that when I logged into my account, it didn't update anything. It didn't say that it was closed. So I chatted with somebody through customer support, and they did confirm that it was closed. So I didn't have to talk to anybody when closing this account, didn't have to explain anything, and I made sure to close it before the $95 annual fee hit my account. Having this card for the first year without the annual fee and getting the bonus, getting all the cash back was absolutely worth it. And I think it would probably be worth it for you too. And then keeping it, that's up to you. But let me show you, they have a calculator on their website. So let me show you why it would not be worth it for me to keep this. So if you go to the main website that covers this card, if you scroll down to the bottom, they actually have a calculator that shows you how much cash back you could earn. Now, like I said, my first 6% retailer was Amazon. And then you can put in how much you spend on a monthly basis. I would say at the most, I really don't spend on Amazon every single month, you know, there's maybe here and there, but at the most it would probably be like, let's say 100 on average in a month. And then the second 6% retailer, I said that was Walmart. We can be generous and say that that's like $25 in a month. It's not a store that I shop at regularly. And then of the other 6% retailers, I definitely don't shop at those any more than I do at Walmart. And then for the 3% cashback category, I chose gas. And I would say maybe at the most 75 per month, but sometimes it's less than that. And then I was not using this card whatsoever for anything else. So I'm not gonna put anything in the 1.5% cashback category. I did not use this for travel. I would not use this card for travel just because I have other cards that are better for that. So let's calculate this. And you can see, obviously the welcome offer helps with that, but I've already earned that. It's not something that would continuously happen. So for my situation, we would ignore the $250. And in the year, I would make about $117. But then if we factor in the $95 annual fee, I'm really only coming out on top by, you know, like 20 something dollars. And to me, that is not worth it. But let's plug in some numbers for somebody who spends quite a bit more money at these retailers. So let's say their first 6% retailer is $500 per month. Maybe the second one is $300 per month. And then the 3% category is $200 per month. And then all of their purchases, maybe you don't have many other credit cards and this is the card that you would primarily be using, or you use it more often than I would, so 500 there. And we just won't even put any travel. So let's calculate that. Now outside of the welcome offer, let's exclude that again, you would be making about $576 in cash back. And then if you account for the $95 annual fee, you would be profiting quite a bit of money, several $100s versus my 20 something dollars, you know? So for a lot of people, this card would absolutely be worth it, even if you're paying the annual fee. I do absolutely recommend this card. So if you are like me and you don't spend that much money at these places, opening it just for the year, I think it's a great strategy. You can make a few hundred extra bucks and then close it before the $95 annual fee hits. Just make sure you put that in your calendar, stay on top of it. Otherwise, you know, you may regret opening this. And then like I just showed with that example, this card would be absolutely worth it if you are a frequent shopper at these retailers, and you can definitely get your $95 back when it comes to the fee. The other thing, it seems like US Bank is kind of growing, kind of expanding as a bank, and I noticed that they had some other offers. So there's a number of other credit cards that they offer, but they even offer a checking account with a bonus. At one point, I did consider opening the checking account because they offer up to $450 cash back. In order to get that $450, you have to deposit quite a bit in a set amount of time, but they have other tiers as well. So you could get $350 or $250 depending on how much you deposit. And then that checking account does have a fee, but it gets waived if you have an eligible credit card, which would be this credit card. And then with that cash back I was talking about, where you can't have it go to an external bank, you could just have it go to your US Bank checking account. So if you're somebody who's going to be shopping at these retailers on a regular basis, remember it's 6% cash back up to $1,500 per quarter. So for the 6% category, that is a max of $360 in the year. And then for the 3% category, a max of $180 in the year. But yes, if you factor in the bonus, factor in the cash back, factor in that checking account, opening that for the bonus, if you're cool with opening that, this would be a really cool system to have. So those are my thoughts on the US Bank Shopper Cash Rewards Card. Overall, I'm really glad that I opened it and, had it for the year. And I'm glad that I closed it because I got from it what I needed. They have a number of other options, so check those out as well, including some without an annual fee. Let me know if you have this card, what you think of it, what you use it for, the favorite retailers, whatever it is that you want to share. It would be super helpful in the comments for others to read. But otherwise, let me know if y'all have any questions. Thank you so much for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up if you found it helpful. Subscribe if you haven't already. It really supports my channel, and I'll see you in my next one.